Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt.
James.
Rampant Lion Beer Reviews. Here in the States, drinking some beers. Figured we'd do a mystery beer. What would be a visit without doing a mystery beer? This comes courtesy of Tanner from East Coast LQ Reviews. We did Beer Tupapalooza. A bunch of us brought some mystery beers. This one didn't get drank. I'm taking it home. We're going to do it now. So, Sweet Hellmann's mayonnaise from the old paper on there. You got 50 points coming if you buy enough stuff. Some sweet Doritos over there, so that should really tell us what we got going on here. So
These American references I do know. I do know Doritos and I do know Hellmann's.
Yeah. Okay. So we're definitely drinking a Pilsner.
If it's an American brown, I'm going to be happy. I love American browns.
What would you, I mean, just from a distance, it's almost impossible to say.
American brown maybe, or some sort of coffee amber ale or something daft like that. Could be a Dunkel, you never know.
You don't know. You don't know. For some reason I just want to go some kind of porter. That's what I want to go. I don't know why. The fluffy creaminess. See, I don't think there's any adjuncts, because I think more often than not when you have like adjuncts like coffee or something like that, the oils and whatnot in them or the bits and pieces can cause head retention issues. So stick it around. So yeah, hey, I'm gonna go out on a wing and say it. I think it's a dark beer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully I'm right about that one. So yeah, rich brown in color. It's actually quite dense. Like you hold it up to light, you're not really getting any kind of color through it.
I think it's too. I don't think it's black enough to be a porter. Oh, you know what this could be? It could be like an English mild.
I doubt that. I shouldn't say I doubt it, but I don't think so. You have to remember we're in America, United States, so our coloration on stuff and all that kind of stuff can be a little bit off. I'm getting like slightly sweet and darker chocolates. That's what I'm getting on here. A little bit, almost like a little touch of lactose, and there's no lactose in it. I'm not saying in a way that like a milk stout would be, not a milk stout, oatmeal stout would be, to where there's a soft little sweet thing that I think is coming from somewhere other than the base kind of grain, and then the soft little chocolate. Everything here is very soft for me. What about you?
I mean, for me, I can see it's got this kind of like Christmas puddingy type thing to it. It's got, on the hoppy side of things, it's quite earthy, it's quite herbal, but it's still got quite a bit of like wet grass, and that tells me maybe a mix of German and English hops. The reason I say English mild, looking at the colour of it, you smell the grains. Wouldn't it surprise me if there's a bit of Maris Otter in this? Oh
no, not at all. I mean, that's kind of almost like, not a given, but I mean, it's like, you know, to me, it's more of you're talking about having that tinge of not being black and coming off quite a bit more brownish. The only thing I'm thinking is it's so dark, you know what I mean, if it was a ton of Maris Otter, it would come off way more richer, way more sweet.
Yeah, because the other thing is, I'm thinking about this, when you actually feel it, I don't know if that glass is heavier, but the density of that beer is quite, if you just lift it, you feel how heavy this thing is.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Guess ABV.
Ooh. I think it could be about 8 or something, or heavier.
I think we're sub 6.
You think sub 6? Because then, yeah, no, because if it's sub 6, then that would fit with an English mild.
Yeah, but it's too. I think it's way too dark to be an English mild.
But it could be an old ale or something, which will give you old ale's a quite debatable style, because nobody really knows what an old ale is.
Yeah, true.
But it could be something like that. So I mean, the style, just from smelling it, it could be like an English.
Oddly enough, I'm getting closer and closer to thinking it might be an American brown. But
I was just actually going to say. I was thinking, yeah, it could be it could be like a. I was wondering that as well. Yeah, it could be a brown ale. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it smells like it smells clean. I don't think it's a lager, but it smells like clean. It has a nice richness to it for what I think is a low ABV. It has this nice kind of chocolatey kind of slightly, like you said, like subtly herbalness, but it's nothing too crazy. I think on a taste it's really gonna solidify thoughts on what it is. And either it's going to be like, oh yeah, this is definitely low ABV, this is definitely high ABV, and go from there. So, anything else?
I would say fruity wise, sharp raisin, plum, definitely fig. I could see it being. I think it could actually be either an English mild or an imperial English mild. Because I have seen a few. I've seen a few, English style bitters and stuff like that when I've been over here. So I wouldn't rule that out. But an American brown is a possibility, as well, because of the fruitiness and things. I think the flavour is going to tell us more.
Let's find out. Cheers.
Okay.
That's low ABV.
Oh yeah, no. It's too, yeah.
Like I said, we might be creeping towards 4%. Like that low.
Yeah, 4 or 5, yeah. So there's no way this beer is... It's not German style. I don't think.
Let me throw a little curveball. Do you think this is a canned nitro beer?
No, because it'd be creamier, I would think.
I think it's pretty creamy.
I've not had the thing is nitro for me.
Look at that. Look at the way that head sits on there. I don't know.
But it does dissipate quite fast, and nitro heads don't dissipate that fast.
Canned ones do.
No. Yeah, this is nitro heads is an American thing. We don't get that often.
Yeah, we get a lot of breweries that do like nitro cans, and it's not like Guinness Widget nitro. It's like they just force carbonate with a little bit of nitro, so it gives a subtle kind of softness to it. It's a little bit, probably, it's spot on sweet for what I thought it was going to be. It's a little bit more kind of drying and bittering than I thought it was going to be.
I think American brown is sticking in my head as a style. It could also be a Czech Tmavy.
I was just going to say that, but to me, the mouth feels too soft.
It's very clean. So if it's a Czech Tmavy, it's going to be pretty damn authentic to what you'd find in Czech. So
because that bittering showed up, and it was a bit more bigger. That's why I'm kind of leaning that. And honestly, that's very much a beer du jour in the United States right now.
Because it's not I don't think it's a porter.
No, it's definitely not.
It's not a porter. The more that I drink of it, the less I think American brown.
Because of the bittering, right?
Yeah, you get more of that roasty, toasty, well-fired black malt stuff coming out of it. I'd be tempted to say Czech Tmavy.
I think you're right.
Because Tmavi's, the reason I wouldn't have said that initially was because of the colour of it. Because a Czech Tmavi's usually black. It could be a Cherny as well.
Nah, it could be brewed like that, but they're not going to call it that.
Because you will have like a Cherny. I mean, if you think of Dunkel and Schwarzbier, the Cherny is the Dunkel, the Tmavy is the Schwarzbier. You can get Czech Chernies that are like this, that are that because the colour is more Cherny, but the flavour is a little bit more Tmavy, if that makes sense. And I have had Chernies that have been quite dry and toasty like this. So I think I'm going to put my bet on it's either a Czech Cherny or a Czech Tmavy. Whether they call it that, I'm not sure.
No, I think you're right in the Tmavy, which will put us 5.2%, 4.8.
Yeah, some either side of 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And the more you drink of it, the cleaner it gets, and the lighter it gets too. It doesn't. It feels...
The only thing bugging me out is the mouthfeel, because I think it's really soft, like really soft. But you're right. There's no debate. That's what it is.
If it's American brewed, that's pretty spot on to what you get in Czech. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Jack's Abbey, I guess.
Nope, not Jack's Abbey. Austin Street Brewing. It's their Schwarzbier. 4.9%.
I'll take that, to be honest. Mistaking a Schwarzbier for Tmavy.
That's fine. Yeah. 4.9% Schwarzbier. Succinct. from Austin Street Brewing. Austin Street Brewing is up right across the street from Allagash. It's by a couple different breweries. Foundation Brewing. It's close to Bissell Brothers.
Portland, I need to go to.
It's such a great place. Like the way it is like the way it's set up is that so there's like a small little industrial building that used to be Allagash. Like 40 years ago.
Oh yeah.
And then they built their thing. Their big huge brewery. And then that small little building has now been almost like a think tank for other breweries. Like it's got divided up and there's like 7 breweries all in that building now. And then some brewery like Maine Brewing was in there and then moved out, and then other Bissell was in there and moved out, and then all these breweries popping. So like you can literally go to Allagash and then go to 5 other breweries without like walking, like you just walk across the street, and it's pretty awesome. But this is a fantastic beer.
Yeah.
Again, like you said, Shores beer. It's not, you're not hating on that decision. You know what I mean? It's like okay, you know.
Yeah. I would say personally, if I'm comparing the two, it feels a bit more. It doesn't feel dry enough to be a Schwarzbier. It does feel. It has that Czech smoothness to it. I would argue that with it.
Okay.
It's more that to me is more of a Tamavi than a Schwarzbier. But
yeah,
you know, that's being nitpicky.
Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. Your streak is intact. You've done pretty well on these, huh?
It's all right. Yeah.
God, I haven't done a mystery beer in months and months. So
yeah,
it's
always fun to film.
Yeah. Because it's even more fun when we're wrong. I love being wrong on mystery beers. This is my favorite thing. You don't, though. I get that.
I'm a weirdo like that. Yeah.
Did you ever? Well, you haven't done that many. It's fun when it, like, not just guess the style, but sometimes you actually pick out the exact beer. That's always a blast.
Oh yeah, I've done that. I've picked out exact breweries, but not exact beers. I have to say, yeah.
So there you go. I would say that's a win. ABV wise, we're pretty much there. It said 4.8 to 5.2. 4.9. That's a win. And like you said, it's an American version of a Schwarzbier, which could probably flirt and blur into a couple different lines, which would be Tamavi. So there you go. All in all, what do you think about the beer in general?
Very good. Really nice. You don't see Schwarzbiers or Tamavis around that much, and that's a really nice example. So
they're very, very popular in the United States right now. Like very popular. To the point where like I would say, out of like a majority of the relatively decently sized craft breweries, like this is a small one. I say decently sized. Almost all of them make them now. If I were to take you to like a low, like not the place I took you to tonight, just because we were waiting for pizza, but I took you to like a proper like bottle shop, you'd probably have your choice between 5 to 10 different Shores beers.
That's pretty interesting, yeah.
And probably find it 4 or 5 Tamaves.
Yeah.
For several different breweries.
Yeah. I had one at Space Cat in Connecticut, and that was pretty solid. I thought it was nice.
And it's awesome to see breweries kind of leaning into the styles, because it's like, it's been so long. It's, like he said, immediately pulled it out. It was like Jack's Abbey, you know what I mean? Because that's where you would expect something like that to come from the United States. But seeing other breweries dive into that style, very cool. So there you go, mystery beer in the books.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed. If you ever enjoy mystery beers, you're more than welcome to send me some. You're more than welcome to send James here some. So, because they're fun to do, and we can't do them ourselves, because then we would know what they are. That's dumb. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully you're enjoying some beer right now. Hope to see you next time.
Slanja.
Cheers.